Have you ever had that feeling that your financial life was about to change, but you couldn't quite explain why? If you've been going through some strange situations lately and have the impression that something big is coming in your financial life, stop everything you're doing because this video could completely change your reality. What I'm about to show you are 7 clear signs that your financial life is about to turn around once and for all. And if you recognize at least 4 of them, get ready because the change has already begun. You know that strange feeling you get when you look at your bills, and even though you know you should be worried, you feel an inexplicable calm. Or when people start appearing in your life offering opportunities out of nowhere. This isn't a coincidence, and I'll explain exactly why. Sign number 1, you stop panicking about bills. Have you noticed that lately, even when an unexpected bill arrives or when you see your credit card statement, you don't get into that same panic as before? You know that feeling you used to have before going to sleep thinking about debts, that just doesn't come anymore? This is the first sign and also the most powerful one. When your financial life is about to turn around, the first shift that happens is internal. You stop vibrating in panic. It's as if your brain already knows that a change is coming, even if you haven't consciously realized it yet. Why does this happen? Simple. When we're aligned with abundance, our nervous system stops triggering scarcity alarms. You stop being in survival mode and start entering creation mode. It's at this moment that solutions begin to appear. You've probably noticed that when you were desperately chasing money, it seemed like the more you ran after it, the more things slipped away from you. Now that you're calmer, opportunities start knocking on your door. If this has already happened to you, leave a comment sharing how this change felt. Sign number 2, people start approaching you with opportunities. You know when you went months or even years without receiving any job offers, business ideas or opportunities, and suddenly several start appearing at the same time. Have you caught yourself thinking, wow, where did all these people wanting to partner with me come from? This is a very strong sign. When your financial energy is changing, you automatically start attracting people and situations that are aligned with this new frequency. It's like you've changed the channel on life's television. That person you haven't spoken to in years sends you a message offering a job. That acquaintance who has a business calls you for a partnership. Someone recommends you for a position you didn't even know existed. This isn't luck. It's energetic alignment. Why does it happen? Because when you stop vibrating in panic, you automatically start vibrating in confidence. And confidence attracts opportunities. People sense this in you, even without consciously realizing it. They start seeing you as someone trustworthy, someone who's growing, someone worth doing business with. If you're experiencing this now, pay attention. Don't reject these opportunities out of fear or insecurity. Sometimes change comes disguised as a challenge. Sign number 3, you start dreaming about money in a positive way. Have you had those dreams where you found money, received an inheritance, won the lottery, or were simply swimming in abundance? And more importantly, did you wake up happy, not anxious? This is a sign that most people completely ignore, but it's one of the most powerful ones. Our subconscious processes information that our conscious mind hasn't yet grasped. When you start dreaming about abundance in a positive way, it means your subconscious is already preparing to receive this new reality. The difference here is crucial. These aren't those desperate dreams where you're counting coins or chasing after money. They're dreams where you're calm, prosperous, at peace with abundance. You wake up with a good feeling, as if it were a preview of what's to come. Why does this happen? Because when our financial life is about to change, our subconscious begins to adjust to the new reality even before it manifests. It's as if your mind is preparing you not to sabotage the opportunities that are coming. That moment when you wake up from a dream like this and think, wow, what a good dream, pay attention. Your subconscious is sending you a message. If this has been happening to you, leave in the comments, what was the most memorable dream you've had lately? Sign number 4, you stop envying and start feeling inspired by others' success. Have you noticed that before, when you saw someone prospering, buying a new car, traveling or talking about their earnings, you felt a twinge of envy or irritation? And now, suddenly, you feel genuine joy and even inspiration. This change is huge and many people don't realize how important it is. When you stop seeing others' success as a threat or as something that should be yours, and start seeing it as inspiration and possibility. It means you've moved out of the scarcity mindset and into the abundance mindset. Remember that time you saw someone's post showing their new house and, instead of feeling anger or sadness, you thought, "How cool, one day I'll have mine too." Or when someone talked about the income they're earning and you were genuinely happy for them. That's pure gold. Why does it happen? Because when our financial frequency is changing, we automatically understand that there's abundance for everyone. Others' success doesn't diminish our chances. On the contrary, it shows us that it's possible. You start to see every prosperous person as proof that abundance exists and is available to you too. If you've heard the phrase "so-and-so only has that because they got lucky" coming out of your mouth recently and then regretted it, be careful. That might be your ego resisting change. But if you're genuinely happy for others' success, you're on the right track. Sign number 5. You start investing in yourself without guilt. Have you caught yourself buying that course you've wanted for months, investing in that tool for your business, or even buying that outfit that makes you feel good, without that guilty conscience you used to have? This sign is revolutionary. When our financial life is changing, one of the first things that happens is we stop financially punishing ourselves. You stop seeing every expense as a problem and start distinguishing between spending and investing. That feeling you had before when you bought something for yourself and felt guilty all day disappears. You buy what you need with peace of mind. You invest in your knowledge without drama. You take care of your appearance without a guilty conscience. It's as if you've finally given yourself permission to prosper. Why does this happen? Because when we're aligned with abundance, we understand that investing in ourselves is the foundation of any financial growth. You can't prosper if you don't believe you deserve prosperity. And believing you deserve means treating yourself well, investing in your growth, taking care of yourself. The most interesting thing is that this movement usually comes with an increase in your self-esteem and confidence. You start to see yourself as someone worth investing in, and when you see yourself that way, the world starts to see you that way too. Does this sound familiar? Have you started investing more in yourself lately? If so, celebrate that instead of feeling guilty. It's a sign that your relationship with money is changing for the better. Sign number 6. You stop talking about money all the time. Remember that time when you couldn't have a conversation without mentioning how tough things were financially? When you talked about debts, bills, struggles all the time, as if it were your only topic? If lately you've noticed that you've stopped talking so much about financial problems, and when you do talk about money, it's in a more positive and constructive way, this is a powerful sign. You've stopped being the person who only complains about the situation and started being the person who focuses on solutions. That moment when you're in a group of friends and everyone is complaining about their financial lives and you simply don't feel like joining that conversation. You'd rather talk about projects, ideas, possibilities. This isn't alienation, it's evolution. Why does this happen? Because when our financial mindset changes, we automatically shift our focus. Instead of focusing on the problem, we focus on the solution. Instead of focusing on what we don't have, we focus on what we want to build. And this shift in focus is fundamental to attracting real change. Most importantly, you stop playing the victim. You stop telling the story of how everything is difficult and start telling the story of how you're building something better. And this completely changes how people see you and what kind of opportunities they bring you. If you've caught yourself lately avoiding conversations about financial difficulties, or noticed that when you talk about money it's always thinking about growth and possibilities, you're on the right track. Your energy has changed, and the results will follow that change. Sign number 7. You feel like something big is coming, but you can't explain what this is. The most subtle sign, but also one of the most accurate. Have you ever had that inexplicable feeling that something big is about to happen in your life? A positive anticipation, as if you're at the end of a tunnel and can already see the light. You know when you wake up some days with a different energy, like it's the eve of something important, but you don't know exactly what. Or when you look at the future, and even without any guarantees, you feel that things are going to improve drastically. This intuition doesn't come from nowhere. Our energetic body picks up on changes before they manifest in physical reality. It's as if you were an antenna picking up the frequency of what's coming into your life. Have you caught yourself thinking, "I know something good is going to happen, I can feel it"? Or found yourself making plans for a future that doesn't exist yet, but that you're absolutely sure will happen? This isn't illusion, it's alignment with your new reality. Why does this happen? Because when all the other signs are present, our intuition naturally picks up that change is imminent. It's as if your entire being knows that you've left the cycle of scarcity and entered the cycle of abundance, even if the results haven't appeared in the physical world yet. The most interesting thing is that this feeling comes with a deep calm. It's not anxiety nor desperate expectation. It's a quiet certainty, like someone who knows they're on the right path and that it's just a matter of time. If you're feeling this now, if you have this inexplicable certainty that your financial life is about to take a turn, trust this intuition. It rarely fails. Now tell me something. How many of these signs have you recognized in your life? If you identified at least 4, I have news. The change isn't coming, it has already begun. What you're experiencing now are the signs that your entire energetic and mental system has already adjusted to receive a new financial reality. But hold on, I'm not going to leave you just with the signs. You must be wondering, and now what do I do with this information? How do I accelerate this process? How do I ensure that this change really happens? Now that you've identified the signs, the burning question is, what do I do now? It's no use knowing a change is coming if you don't know how to cooperate with it, right? That's why I'm going to give you 5 practical actions you can start doing today to accelerate and ensure this financial transformation becomes reality. Action 1. Stop sabotaging the opportunities that are coming. What to do? When an opportunity appears, even if it's not exactly as you imagined, consider it seriously before rejecting it. How to do it? Every time someone brings you a proposal, an invitation, an idea, instead of mentally listing all the reasons why it won't work, ask yourself, how can this work? And what do I need to do to make this work? Why it works? Most people who are about to have a financial turnaround sabotage their own success because the opportunity didn't come the way they expected. They wanted a job and a partnership appeared. They wanted to sell products and an opportunity to provide services appeared. Don't reject change just because it's not wearing the clothes you expected. If you're living through the moment of signs, it means the universe is conspiring in your favor. Don't be the obstacle in your own transformation. Action 2. Start acting like someone who already has the financial life they want. What to do? Observe how financially prosperous people behave, make decisions, and relate to money, and start incorporating these behaviors into your routine. How to do it? Start with small things. If a prosperous person would invest in knowledge, invest too, even if it's a small amount. If they would take better care of their appearance, take care of yours. If they would be more disciplined with schedules, be more disciplined. If they would speak differently about money, change your way of speaking. When to do it? Right now. Don't wait for the money to arrive to start acting like a prosperous person. Start acting like a prosperous person for the money to arrive. Energy precedes matter. When you start vibrating at the frequency of prosperity, you automatically attract situations that confirm this vibration. It's as if you're sending a signal to the universe. I'm ready to receive. Action 3. Organize your finances, even if they're small. What to do? Create a simple system to control your finances, even if you have little money to manage. How to do it? Download a financial control app or use a simple spreadsheet. Write down all your income and expenses. Set clear goals even if they're small. Treat your $500 with the same care you would treat $50,000. Expected result: when you show you know how to take care of the little, you automatically become worthy of receiving more. It's a universal law. No one receives more responsibility if they don't know how to handle the responsibility they already have. The most interesting thing is that when you organize your finances, even if they're small, you change your psychological relationship with money. You stop being someone who has no control and become someone who knows exactly what's happening. This identity shift is fundamental. Action 4. Invest at least 10% of your time in learning about money. What to do? Dedicate at least 1 hour per day to studying financial education, entrepreneurship, investments, or any area that can increase your ability to generate income. For whom? Especially for those who identified the signs but still don't see practical results. Knowledge accelerates the manifestation of changes. How to do it? It can be through books, podcasts, videos, online courses. The important thing is to be consistent. 1 hour per day for a year is much more powerful than 10 sporadic hours. Expected result? In 30 days, you'll already notice that your way of thinking about money has completely changed. In 90 days, you'll have insights that can change your financial life forever. Knowledge not only prepares you for the opportunities that are coming, it also speeds up the arrival of those opportunities. When you're studying about money, you naturally start seeing possibilities that were once invisible to you. Action 5. Celebrate every small financial victory. What to do? Every time you save $1, earn an extra $1, make a good deal, receive an opportunity, or any financial improvement, no matter how small, celebrate it genuinely. How to do it? It can be a smile, a thank you universe, and a note in your phone, or simply acknowledging internally that you're on the right track. The important thing is to train your brain to notice and value positive movement. Why it works? Your brain moves in the direction of what you value. If you only complain about problems and ignore improvements, your brain understands that you want more problems. If you celebrate every small victory, your brain understands that you want more victories. Celebration also increases your vibrational frequency. You move out of the energy of complaint and into the energy of gratitude, and gratitude is the most powerful magnet there is for attracting abundance. Bonus: emergency action. If you've identified all 7 signs but are feeling afraid that the change won't happen, do this immediately. Write on a piece of paper everything you would do if you were absolutely certain your financial life would change in the next 6 months. What decisions would you make? What projects would you start? What investments would you make? After writing, choose one thing from that list and do it today, even if it's small, even if it's symbolic. Action is what turns possibility into reality. Now you need to understand something very important. These signs are not a guarantee that you'll get rich overnight. They are indicators that you're aligned to receive significant changes in your financial life. But these changes will happen in proportion to your preparation and your actions. If you're experiencing these signs but keep acting as before, thinking as before, making the same decisions as always, the signs will disappear. It's like having the door of opportunity open but not walking through it. The difference between those who take advantage of these alignment moments and those who waste them lies in the courage to act differently. It's in the willingness to step out of the comfort zone. It's in the humility to learn new things. It's in the discipline to do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. You've probably met people who experienced incredible moments of opportunity but couldn't take advantage of them because they were paralyzed by fear or insecurity. Don't be that person. If the signs are appearing in your life, they're appearing for a reason. You're ready for this change, even if you don't feel ready. Another fundamental thing: don't tell everyone that you're experiencing these signs. Be discreet about your expectations and plans. Not everyone will understand what you're going through, and negative opinions can interfere with your process. Share only with people who are on a similar frequency to yours, or who at least genuinely support you. Protect your energy and your expectations from people who constantly complain about their financial lives. They can contaminate your vibration without even realizing it. Remember, financial transformation isn't just about making more money. It's about completely changing your relationship with abundance. It's about becoming a person who naturally attracts prosperity. It's about developing the mindset, habits, and behaviors of someone who lives in abundance. When this transformation happens completely, money stops being a problem in your life and becomes a tool. Stop chasing after money, and money will start chasing after you, not in a magical way, but because you become someone who creates value, who solves problems, who helps others, who makes good decisions. The signs you're experiencing now are the universe preparing you to become that person. Cooperate with this process. Be patient with the timing, but urgent with your actions. Change is coming, but it needs your active participation. And now you have no more excuses. You know the signs, and you know exactly what to do. Starting today, your life can be completely different if you put these actions into practice. And if this video gave you the tools you needed, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell because we have many other valuable tips for you. In the comments, tell me, how many of these signs have you identified in your life? And which of the actions will you start doing first? If you've already gone through any financial transformation, share the results with us to inspire others.